Hey everybody, Tim and Julie here for a DC animated original movie, The Son of Batman. What'd you think?
It was interesting. I liked it.
Okay.
But I thought maybe they needed to give him his own identity when
Oh, rather than being Robin?
Being Robin, since we already had a Robin.
Well, at this point, Damian... So, we're going a little bit out of order.
Okay.
Actually, to kind of back up what you're saying, Damian is actually the fourth Robin.
Oh.
Because we had Dick Grayson, who we see in this movie as Nightwing.
Okay, good.
Jason Todd, who was the second Robin, who was actually murdered by the Joker. So he's dead. And then Tim Drake, who, for obvious reasons, is my favorite. Who we'll see him later on in some other stuff. But yeah, so Damian is now the fourth Robin in the series. So I see what you mean about that. It's a reoccurring theme.
But yeah, it was good. He was stubborn.
That boy is full of sass.
Oh yeah.
Like nothing but sass coming from him. So I agree. So I have read the comic that this is based off of, and it's okay. I don't remember it well enough to compare it, but it's Grant Morrison, who is one of my least favorite writers, to be honest with you. So I was like, I'm not going to reread that. But we've seen Ra's al Ghul, or at least I've seen Ra's al Ghul, I've seen Talia, I've seen their relationship develop over the years. So it made sense that they would have a child together. And this actually goes back years and years and years and years ago to a book called The Son of the Demon. If I was better, it's like literally right there, but I could have like held it up as a prop. And then the story kind of went dormant for a long time, and then that's when Grant Morrison revived it. And Damian is still in the comics to this day. So it's been almost 20 years at this point. But Damian is part of the comics. And I mean, he's fun and he's different, like you said. He's very, very sassy, which, I mean, that's kind of kids today.
Right.
Like, I mean, this movie came out in 2014, so it's kind of on the older side, but still, like, he's supposed to be like 12 or 13. And he's like, you see a 12 or 13-year-old today in like the supermarket, you're like, I'm gonna whoop the shit out of you if you don't shut up. Like, they're very sassy, a lot more, at least more sassy than I was at that age. But at the same time, like, I agree, it was a lot of fun. We see some characters. We see Killer Croc, who you're not as familiar with yet, but you'll see a lot more Killer Croc. Kirk Langstrom, that was the Man-Bat, although we don't see him transform in this one. Deathstroke makes an appearance. You learn a little bit more about the Lazarus Pit, so that's what it's kind of fun watching these out of order, is to kind of watch you piece them together. Like, I already know what the puzzle looks like, but to watch you piece it, I'm like, oh, you'll get there. What do you think about Batman having a child? Like, do you think it's an interesting story? Do you think, like, you're like, oh, this did not need to be a thing?
Yeah, and he seemed to take with it, too, as having a child, keeping him, like, and, teaching him how to behave and do.
And that's one of the things, like, where Damian's always kind of in the middle, because Batman is very, like, justice. Like, we need to right the wrongs in the world. And Talia's the same way. Talia's very, like, there's a lot of corruption in the world and let's fix it. But she's like, let's just kill people and that'll fix everything. Kind of like you saw in Batman Begins.
Right.
Where that version of Ra's or Ducard was like, Gotham is corrupt and we can't save it. Let's just kill everybody and start over again. And Batman is like, Gotham is completely corrupt, but we can rebuild it. So they both have the same goal in mind.
They're different ways of doing it.
Very, very different ways. And like, that's where Damian's kind of in the middle. Like, he's like, well, who do I go with? And that's one of the reasons he's so smart, because Talia is very, very smart, and Bruce is very, very smart. But they're like we said, they're very different points of view with the same goal.
Right.
Like, there's a spider in my house. How do I kill it? Well, I can pick it up, I can put it out, I can just burn the fucking house down. Well, you know what? They're both gonna work.
Yes.
But which way should I go?
Right.
And that's where Damien's like, well, what if we light a small fire? Because he's trying to be that like little middle area. Okay, that's about all I got. It's really quick. That's what I like about these movies. These movies they're about an hour plus, but they do a good. They get a lot of story done in a short amount of time. Any other thoughts like that you'd like to see Damien go, or what you'd like to see him do?
Well, now that he's with Batman, he's gonna hopefully learn his dad's way of doing things, but still respect his mom enough to maybe there's going to be a point where he's going to maybe get mad at his dad and want to go back with his mom.
Which always happens with split parents.
Yeah, that's why kids are.
Okay, I see what you mean. All right, any other closing thoughts for this one? No. Okay. For those who have seen this DC animated movie, The Son of Batman, go ahead, let us know what you think. One of my favorite lines is when I can't even say his name. When Dick Grayson is being sewn up, which I love that whole scene where like Dick and Damien fight, and even though Dick is all cut up, Damien is in one piece, which shows how Dick goes with the training, but he's tied up, so so Dick still won the battle. And when he's getting sewn up, and he's like, after all those years of Bruce telling me to use protection, and then where Damien's like, well, I think I'm the better son. Well, I think you can go, and then like Alfred cuts him off. Master Dick! And I was just like, it's great. So let us know what you think about this movie. Just let us know in general. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and we'll see you guys next time.